So GoPro just released a brand new firmware update for the Hero 10. It came out a couple days ago, but we are actually here on the road doing a travel vlog. And so we only found out about it recently and just installed it today and did a full day of vlogging. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about some of those firmware updates and what we think about them so far.
Yeah, so I'll start with the one that excites me the most, which is improvement in stabilizing slow motion. And not slow motion as what you're thinking normally, but motion that is happening slowly. And if you have used GoPros, that was actually a problem area because, for example, when you stretch your arm out and you're just doing a little bit of motion, you used to have these moments when it actually kind of shakes, and especially around this axis where, if you think about it, it's like a circle, and if the motion was turning around like this a little bit, just micro motion, it was shaky. And so when you stop and vlog and there's micro motion or you're just kind of moving slowly through space, it was actually kind of jarring and shaky at times.
He agrees. It's a terrible bug.
We just reviewed their footage, and one of the main friction points that we weren't so pleased with when using a GoPro has now gone away.
Yeah, so that was one thing. I actually haven't heard too many people talk about that problem, but after a full day of, again, filming with it, that was one thing that we noticed was drastically improved on the GoPro. But the bigger deal that probably a lot of people have been talking about is the fact that GoPro has now added 3 new video performance modes to the Hero 10. And so now if you go into the menus and you swipe down, and on your lower left-hand corner, you're going to notice a yellow icon. And when you tap that, you'll see the 3 new video performance modes, including the optimized video, the extended battery mode, and the tripod or stationary mode.
So from what we can tell, all those things do is limit your settings, so that if you're a new user or just don't want to hassle, it limits what you can choose for the sake of those things like performance or battery savings or so on, so that you actually cannot go and jack the settings to decrease the performance. And it's a convenience. It's not exactly groundbreaking in any way. You could have done it without that feature. However, if you're a new user, it's a convenience for you.
You might notice that there's like a little parentheses next to your mode. It says like EB if you're an extended battery. And so that's all that means. And so what it also means is that if you do try to go to some maximum resolution, that you're not able to if you are in extended battery mode. And so yeah, just be aware of that. And probably the biggest example is that if you go to tripod or stationary mode, you can shoot in a relatively high resolution and frame rate, but your GPS and your hypersmooth are automatically turned off. So that's just an example of how you're getting more battery out of your GoPro. Something else that they did do is add 2 other new presets to your menus. So you have a super slow motion preset as well as a basic preset. And so GoPro, sets those with the settings that it associates being the best for super slow-mo and basic, but you can always go in and change those presets to whatever settings you want them to be.
So in particular, the first of those features, the improved stability during moving slowly, I should say, instead of slow motion, is major for vloggers like us because we use our GoPro to do travel vlogging. We do travel vlogging in particular the most. We also do some other kinds of narratives with the camera where we're moving around a bit. We don't necessarily do fast-paced action, but the GoPro is the best camera to move through your day with. And that motion is normally slow. And the fact that they seized on this issue and improved it quite a bit is actually very, very helpful to people like us.
Yeah, we've actually been vlogging with GoPro ever since the Hero 7. And so, yeah, we have a lot of experience vlogging with GoPros. We know of all the pain points, but we also know of all of the things that make GoPro so great for vlogging. And to this day, the Hero 10, we still think that that's the best camera for vlogging, and it beats all the other cameras out there. One other thing to note is that there is a new Enduro battery coming out very soon. I think it's going to cost $25 US, and it's promising to give you more battery life. With that said, actually, all of these new performance modes also promise to give you more battery life. And we did notice today we were shooting on extended battery all day long, and I compared how much we were able to shoot today versus that day when GoPro was giving us problems out in the redwood forest. And so that day we were able to shoot about 40 minutes worth of footage, and today we got about 50 minutes worth of footage. So, and that's about how much GoPro is advertising you're able to shoot if you're shooting in 4K 30, which is what we normally shoot in.
So this was in no way a scientific test, it's more like a preliminary test, but it feels improved.
Yeah, it's a good sign for sure that there is some battery savings going on. And yeah, no overheating, but again, we've never had overheating issues because we don't shoot in high frame rates ever.
Yeah, so altogether solid update from GoPro. We're happy that they seized on things that need improvement. We will be getting that new battery because that addresses even another point. And last but not least, we did hear back from GoPro about the problem with the battery falling under 50% and the camera shutting off. GoPro was actually nice enough to comment on our video and they said they're working on a fix. It wasn't included in this firmware update, but hopefully the next one, it should have a fix for that so you can use the entirety of your battery. And then once we go upgrade to the better battery anyway, we should have quite a bit of battery life on our GoPro, which if you have used GoPro will be a really big improvement.